Hi, I'm Tirta Xenia with the last student's number 092. Here I want to review some interesting things from a novel by Japanese writer Haruki Murakami. For this course, I actually chose another novel, namely Darling Rose Gold, at the beginning, but for some reason I didn't like the book. Maybe I'll read it another time. So, the book I just finished reading 3 days ago was Kafka on the Shore by Haruki Murakami, which has more than 500 pages. If someone asks how far I understand the plot of this book, the answer is that I don't understand. So this video is finished. Just kidding, alright? But honestly, after I read 3 chapters of this book, I thought, what the hell am I reading? I really don't understand. So when I read this book, I had to reread each chapter in detail to get the meaning of this book. The story in this book has 2 main characters, namely Kafka Tamura, a 15-year-old boy, and Satoru, but not Kujo Satoru, but Satoru Nakata, an old grandfather. The story begins when Kafka decides to leave his house on his 15th birthday. This decision was prompted by his evil father and the curse cast upon him, which threatened that Kafka would kill his father and sleep with his mother and his older sister. His mother and his older sister had abandoned him as a child. Finally, Kafka go to Takamatsu and on the way met Sakura, whom he believed to be his older sister. After arriving in Takamatsu, Kafka visited the Komura library and met a young librarian named Oshima and the library director, Miss Seiki, who he also believed to be his mother. On the other hand, there is Satoru Nakata, an old grandfather who lost his ability to read and write in a childhood incident. However, as a result of this incident, he has the ability to communicate with cats. Nakata uses his abilities to search for people's lost cats. However, in order to look for a cat named Goma, leads him to confront Johnny Walker, which results in Nakata having to kill him. Kafka and Nakata respectively experienced events that shock their lives. Kafka wakes up feeling guilty and confused, while Nakata finds himself in search of a magic stone that opens the door to the magical world. The two of them enter a journey full of mystery and encounters with unexpected characters. The story continues with Kafka's meeting with the ghost of Miseki, who comes to him at night and Nakata falls in love with Miseki. On the other hand, Nakata finds a special connection with Miseki, which leads him on a search for lost memories through a magic stone. However, this story is also colored by the mysterious deaths of both Nakata and Miseki, as well as a spiritual journey that changed Kafka's life. The story ends with the revelation of the secret and peace for the main characters. Actually, I want to tell you more, but for more clarity, you can just read the book, right? Next, I will share my thoughts about Kafka on the Shore. The book Kafka on the Shore presents a deep theme related to the curse of Oedipus from Greek mythology. This curse refers to the prediction that a child will kill his own father, as Kafka experienced. I think this creates so complex psychological dynamics within the main characters and brings elements of classical Greek tragedy into the modern story. Next, in my opinion, this book is very strong in fascinating fantasy elements. Haruki Murakami combines unconventional elements such as talking cats, a voracious sweet soldier from World War II, and a storm of fish falling from the sky. Along with that, there are mysterious violent elements that add tension to the story. Even though this story runs with a sense of surrealism across time, readers are guided to uncover the puzzle behind these events. The surrealism theme them makes this book a bit difficult to understand because it requires high concentration to get the details. But in the end, all these fantastic elements are interrelated and provide a deeper understanding. And we all say, oh, this is what it means. Oh, I see. Next, in my opinion, the theme of loneliness is an important element of this book. Kafka, the main character, experienced deep loneliness, and Haruki Murakami explores the psychological aspects of loneliness carefully. Kafka's loneliness reflects his feelings of being trapped in fate and his inner conflict. Apart from that, Nakata's grandfather also experienced loneliness, where in his old age, he had to support himself by earning money from looking for lost cats. The main conflict of this novel is the spearhead of Miss Seiki's loneliness, who has abandoned by her lover as a child. This creates a strong emotional dimension in the characters, and this theme of loneliness becomes one of the complex layers in the story. The plot in Kafka on the Shore is very interesting with changing places and times. Haruki Murakami combines elements of reality and surrealism in a way that invites readers to explore the mysteries and intrigue of this story. Diverse local settings such as Wonderland's harbor create interesting backdrops for the characters' adventures. However, some names involving world figures such as Johnny Walker, Colonel Sanders, and several places made it a little difficult for me because I had to search through Google to really understand the flow and plot present. The character description in this novel are strong, especially in explaining the characters of Kafka and Nakata. Kafka is even described as having an alter ego named Crow. However, in my opinion, I don't like Kafka because even though he ran away from home, he seems to just accept the things he experienced. In fact, why did he have to sleep with Sakura, who here in my opinion is not necessarily Sakura's older sister? On the other hand, Nakata, who in my opinion did nothing wrong, was the one who had to complete this curse and end up dying. My favorite part is the adventure experienced by Grandpa Nakata, where in the book he can talk to cats and even experience a rain or a storm of fish falling from the sky. Overall, I really like the fantasy that this book offers, and I can't wait to turn the pages to quickly uncover the mystery and puzzles in this book. However, I don't like the depiction of when Kafka had to sleep with Sakura and even fell in love with Miss Seiki's ghost. Like, hey Kafka, are you serious about doing that? And the depiction of the sex scenes in this story is quite gambling, and I have to skip that part, so this is not suitable for reading by teenagers. So I highly recommend this book to people who like fantasy, time passing, and surrealism and confusing concept. This novel is also suitable for those of you who like solving mysteries and like the challenge of completing complicated books. But this book is also recommended for those of you who want to try starting an adventure and get to know Haruki Murakami's other books like me. Next, maybe I will read Norwegian Wood to fill my free time because several Haruki Murakami's fans recommend this book. And overall, I think that my opinion is not the most correct because I still need to reread this book to reveal what this book means. Because basically, only Murakami knows the meaning of this book. That's all for me. Bye bye.